Good morning, All Saints, on this Monday morning, the 31st of January. And I was a bit shocked when I looked at the calendar this morning and saw that it's the 31st of January. It's hard to believe. We had here in Hoboken a lovely snowy weekend, maybe 8, 9 inches or so, enough to make it fun. As I've said many times before, in some ways, I feel a little guilty for loving the snow because I know it creates hardship for others, and for that I am sorry. But it brings back memories of childhood and snow days and hot chocolate and sledding and all of that. And Ella, my dog, loves it. So there you have it. Um, so yesterday was hopefully our last only online worship for, I hope, for good, but I'm not promising that. But the way the trend is going, it appears that we will be able to gather again in person beginning this coming Sunday. I think I have told you in the past that there's a website, COVID Act Now, that tracks COVID cases and deaths and tests and infection rate and all of that. And the daily new case rate is the only indicator that is still in red. It's no longer in the dark red, and it continues to fall. The daily new cases and the infection rate and positive test results are in yellow and green even. So I'm feeling pretty confident at this moment that we'll continue with our plan this coming Sunday of worshiping at 8, which is the quiet service, short, Holy Eucharist. 9, which will be our family service. We have reformatted it so that it is a shorter service, more interactive. Children are encouraged to be a part of it. A lot of having them repeat things after me, that sort of thing. Very short message and a short celebration of the Eucharist. And that's going to be followed by Sunday school, kind of a celebratory regathering. And then the final service will be at 10:30 rather than 11. We have decided, since the middle service will be a bit shorter, we'll back that later service up just a bit to 10:30, and we still will not be doing congregational singing, but we will have at least one cantor for now, looking ahead to when we'll be able to have more voices in our fantastic choir. And while online worship is true worship, and many of you have been very faithful in doing and participating and being part of that, there is something about having the community gathered in the flesh, where you are able to do so, that not only enlivens our worship, but it's theologically part of who we are. In our tradition, a priest, I cannot simply celebrate a Eucharist by myself, because the whole act of consecration of the elements and the celebration of that Eucharist requires a gathered body, whether it is 2 or 3 gathered in Christ's name or whether it's a church full. And the same with with baptism. We do not do private baptisms because we believe that the whole body, the community gathered, is necessary for that sacrament. And so there's been, as I'm sure you know, or at least I've talked about it before, a lot of debate about the sacraments and about the Eucharist, and what makes it, what is an official Eucharist and what isn't. And a priest wrote an opinion piece yesterday in the New York Times, which has somewhat lit up my Twitter feed, um, about how now that we are able to gather in person, we need to just get rid of online worship. It's not valid. We need to have people gathered in church. And of course, the backlash to that is there are many people not yet ready to return for a variety of reasons, not least of which may be some kind of immunocompromised health, or children too young to be immunized, or the elderly who are going to be maybe wary of gathering in person again. And so this opinion piece was considered to be ableist and really lacked consideration for the whole body. So our plan is to continue to live stream our worship. We'll do for this week and the coming weeks at least the 9 o'clock and the 10:30. Eventually, we may dispense with the 9 o'clock service because there is something about that family service that that requires that the children, be present. It's very hard, particularly for the youngest children, to have them fully engaged in an act of worship unless they're physically present. So, but we'll consider that. I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. But that's the plan for now, and I am delighted to, as we begin to plan gathering in person once again, and also looking ahead to confirmation. Our classes will begin on Sunday. I will be in touch with those who have signed up for that. And all in all, it is as we enter February and the lengthening of days, it feels a bit like we're coming out of something, maybe not for good, but at least for now, it'll be a nice reprieve to have everyone in the church. We've decided that no pre-registration is required. Spreading you out over 3 services should be enough to limit the numbers at each service. We will ask you to sign in and wear a mask, sanitize your hands, all of that sort of thing. And more on this on Thursday. But I just wanted to make sure everyone had an update and also to kind of understand where I and the leadership of All Saints sit on this idea of online worship. It has been an incredibly valuable gift to us to be able to continue to worship online for the past 2 years, expanding our reach and proclaiming the good news of Jesus Christ. So I will give thanks for that until my dying day. We will be here this evening for Compline at 7:30, evening prayer at 6:30 on Wednesday, and I'll be back Thursday morning. Maybe a commemoration, maybe something, maybe more ramblings from me. But until then, I hope that your week, wherever you are, that you're warm and safe and well. Blessings to all of you.